That's 7:16. I'm a double checker. Double checking. 7:16. The day undressed herself. Her garter was of gold. How did that happen? Anyways, her petticoat of purple plain, her dimities as old, exactly as the world, and yet the newest star enrolled upon the hemisphere be wrinkled much as her. Too near to God to pray, too near to heaven to fear, the lady of the Occident retired without a care. Her candles so expire, the flickering be seen on ball of mask and Bosporus and dome and window pane. I think we read that one, but it's didn't know what it meant. Who knows? You know. How come you know?
We don't have to go.
7:17. The beggar lad dies early. It's somewhat in the cold and somewhat in the trudging feet and haply in the world. The cruel, smiling, bowing world that took its cambric way, nor heard the timid cry for bread, sweet lady, charity. Among redeemed children, if trudging feet may stand, the bear. The barefoot, time forgotten, so the sleet, the bitter wind, the childish hands that teased for pence lifted adoring then to him whom never ragged coat did supplicate in vain. $7.18. I meant to find her when I came. Death had the same design, but the success was his, it seems, and the surrender mine. I meant to tell her how I longed for just this single time, but death had told her so the first, and she had passed with him. To wander now is my repose. To rest would be a privilege of hurricane to memory and me. $7.19. A south wind has a pathos of individual voice, as one detect on landings an immigrant's address, a hint of ports and people and much not understood, the fair for the farness and for the foreignhood. $7.20. No prisoner be where liberty himself abide with thee. $7.21. Behind me dips eternity, before me immortality, myself the term between. There's more. Death but the drift of eastern gray, dissolving into dawn away before the west begin. 'Tis kingdoms afterward, they say, in perfect pauseless monarchy, whose prince is son of none, himself his dateless dynasty, himself diversify. In duplicate divine, 'tis miracle before me then, 'tis miracle behind. Between a descent in the sea and midnight to the north of her and midnight to the south of her, and maelstrom in the sky. $7.22. Sweet mountains, ye tell me no lie. Never deny me, never fly. Those same unvarying eyes turn on me when I fail or feign, or take the royal names in vain. Their far, slow, violet gaze my strong Madonnas cherish still. The wayward nun beneath the hill, those service is to you. Her latest worship when the day fades from the firmament meant away to lift her brows on you. $7.23. It tossed and tossed a little brig I knew, overtook by blast. It spun and groped delirious for morn. It slipped and slipped as one that drunken stepped. Its white foot tripped, then dropped from sight. Ah, brig, good night to crew and you, the ocean's heart too smooth but blue to break for you. $7.24. It is easy to invent a life. God does it every day. Creation, but the gamble of his authority. It's easy to efface it, the thrifty deity could scarce afford eternity to spontaneity. The parish patterns murmur, but his perturblous plan proceed, inserting here a son, there leaving out a man. $7.25. Where thou art, that is home, Kashmir or Calvary, the same, degree or shame, I scarce esteem location's name, so I may come. What thou dost is delight, bondage as play be sweet, imprisonment content, and sentence sacrament. Just we two meet. Where thou art not is woe, though bands of spices row. What thou dost not despair, though Gabriel praise me, sir. Written 1863. $7.26. We thirst at first, 'tis nature's act, and later when we die, a little water supplicate our fingers going by. It intimates the finer want, whose adequate supply is that great water in the West termed immortality. $7.27. Precious to me, she still shall be, though she forget the name I bear, the fashion of the gown I wear, the very color of my hair. So like the meadows now I dared to show a tress of theirs, if haply she might not despise a buttercup's array. I know the whole obscures the part, the fraction that appeased the heart, till numbers empery remembered as the Milanese flower, when the summer's everlasting dower confronts the dazzled bee. That's her theme of the bee again. Remember the bee?
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? What kind of bee?
There's a number of them.
The something bee. The number of bees. There's the bees. 7:28. Let us play yesterday. I, the girl at school, you, the eternity, the untold tale. Easing my famine at my lexicon, logarithm had I for drink, 'twas a dry wine. Somewhat different must be, dreams tint the sleep. Cunning reds of morning make the blind leap. Still at the egg life, chafing the shell, when you trouble the eclipse and the bird fell. Manacles be dim, they say, to the new free liberty commoner never could to me. 'Twas my last gratitude when I slept at night, 'twas the first miracle let in with light. Can the lark resume the shell easier for the sky? Wouldn't bonds hurt more than yesterday? Wouldn't dungeons sore crate on the man free? Just long enough to taste them, doomed new. God of the manacle as of the free, take not my liberty away from me. I think one more poem. 7:29. Alter when the hills do, falter when the sun, question if his glory be the perfect one. Surfeit when the daffodil doth of the dew, even as herself, sir, I will of you. 7:30. Defrauded I a butterfly, the lawful heir for thee. That's end of 730. The poem 730 we ended with were the complete poems of Emily Dickinson. What's that book? Thomas Johnson. That's the end of Emily Dickinson. 7:30 it was.